The Farmhouse Horror. The Callahan family's dream farmhouse hid a horrifying secret. It wasn't the house, but what crept in the backyard that would haunt them forever. This is Whispers by Dark. When Peter and Laura Callahan moved their family to a charming farmhouse, they believed they'd left their troubles behind. But as the nights grew darker, strange sounds, flashing shadows, and a weird sense of being watched began to unravel their peace. What lay beyond the backyard was something they never expected. Stick to the end to uncover this dark story. The day they moved in was filled with excitement. Boxes were stacked in every corner of the house, and Emma and Ben darted from room to room, claiming their spaces with squeals of laughter. Peter and Laura worked tirelessly, unpacking essentials and envisioning the life they would build in their new home. By late afternoon, Laura stood on the porch, admiring the sprawling backyard. The property stretched far, bordered by a dense wall of trees. Beyond lay a thick forest the realtor had mentioned, brushing it off as just a regular woodland. But Laura couldn't shake the unease it stirred in her. Something about the forest felt wrong. Peter's voice broke her thoughts. "Ready to see the backyard?" he asked, handing her a glass of lemonade. The kids, eager to explore, joined them. The backyard was wild and overgrown, but held promise. Emma pointed toward the tree line. "What's back there? Maybe a secret trail," Ben suggested, his imagination running wild. Peter chuckled. "We'll save that for another day." Even as they stood there, enjoying the afternoon sun, Laura felt the hairs on her neck rise. A faint rustling came from the woods, too deliberate to be the wind. Peter waved it off as nothing, but Emma clutched Laura's hand tightly. "Mom, do you hear it?" she whispered. Laura nodded. "Let's head back inside." Peter shrugged. "Probably just a raccoon," he said, though his eyes lingered on the darkened woods. That night, the noises began. At first, it was scratching, soft, almost imperceptible. By the third night, it had grown louder, accompanied by low, guttural growls. Emma and Ben insisted they heard footsteps outside their windows. Finally, Peter grabbed a flashlight and stormed into the backyard. Laura watched from the porch as the beam of light swept across the grass, the woods looming silent and menacing. Peter returned minutes later, shaking his head. "Nothing out there," he muttered, though his voice lacked conviction. The next morning, they discovered claw marks, deep gouges raked across the old oak tree at the edge of the yard. Whatever made them had claws as long as Laura's hand. Peter dismissed it as a bear, but bears didn't leave shredded fur the color of ash, nor footprints that sank inches deep into the soil. Laura's unease grew when Emma ran into the house that afternoon, tears streaking her face. "It's in the woods!" she cried. "It was watching me!" Peter grabbed his shotgun and marched into the woods. Laura wanted to stop him, but the terror in Emma's eyes rooted her to the spot. Minutes ticked by, each one heavier than the last. When Peter finally emerged, his face was pale, his hands trembling. We're locking the doors tonight," he said, refusing to elaborate. That night, the sounds escalated. The scratching turned into thudding, as though something massive slammed against the house. The growls became snarls and guttural moans that reverberated through the walls. The family huddled in the living room, barricading the doors and windows. The shotgun lay across Peter's lap, but his hands shook too much to hold it steady. Then the whispers began. Faint at first, like a breeze slipping through a crack in the wall. They grew louder, filling the room with unintelligible murmurs. Laura clutched Emma and Ben, her heart pounding. This was no animal. Whatever it wasn't natural. "We need to leave," she whispered. Peter nodded grimly. "In the morning, we'll pack and go." The morning felt an eternity away. The whispers faded just before dawn, leaving an eerie silence. The family packed hastily, throwing essentials into bags and loading the car. As they prepared to leave, Laura glanced toward the woods one last time. It was there, standing at the tree line. Its form was twisted, unnatural, a hulking figure with limbs too long and eyes that glowed faintly in the morning light. Its head tilted, as if studying them, memorizing their faces. Peter's hand gripped Laura's shoulder, pulling her toward the car. They sped down the dirt road, leaving the farmhouse behind. But as they drove, Laura couldn't shake the feeling that the creature wasn't staying behind. The farmhouse sits empty now, a for sale sign swaying in the wind. But sometimes, at night, Laura still hears the whispers, faint but unmistakable. She knows it's still watching. We want to know if you've had any horrifying encounters in your life. Please share it in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more chilling content. Stay safe out there, folks, and we'll see you in the next one.